Hey everyone, and welcome back to ENB Meet the Team. Today we are here with Don Doolittle, our Wealth Business Development Officer, to talk about estate planning, legacy planning, will reviews, and everything in between. Thanks so much for being here, Don.
It's my pleasure.
So Don, if someone hears a term like estate planning or will review, what stage of life do you typically recommend that someone start?
So, there's no set stage of life to start talking about this. We have clients that are very young that started a business and came into all this wealth, and they need this help. And then because of all the retirement communities around Lancaster, we have a lot of clients who are 55 years old or older, some 90s, 100, and their planning is different.
Right.
But they still need it. They still need that help. Maybe we're not investing for them anymore. They're investing for their families that are going to inherit this money. So that conversation is very different. But I don't think there's any set time where you start looking at this. If you have, I tell people, tell me your hopes and dreams. Tell me, where do you see yourself? And if they're really young, where do you see yourself in 30, 40 years? What do you want to accomplish? And we can usually give them a roadmap to say, okay, if you want to get there, here's what you need to start doing. That's what this should look like for you. Here's how you plan ahead. Here's how you take advantage of the 401k you have at your employer, or to get started. And then as we move forward, we can guide them to where they need to be. We have this planning software that allows us to plug in all of someone's information, and when I mean all of it, I mean all of it. Kids, property, vehicles, what they want to accomplish, how often they want to take a trip, how often they want to buy a car. So we plug all that in along with their income and what they've saved, and then we can come up with a plan from that. And it's in detail, and it never ends, because this is something that grows with our client. So as they change, we can update this plan and show them how it affects their future.
Okay.
So as their income grows, as their investment grows, as they take money from savings to do things, that all affects their plan, and we can show them how it does that. So it's a very powerful piece, and it also helps us guide that client to what they're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, that's great. I feel like that would be very empowering to see that on a screen and be able to make plans based on that. It's probably a really great feeling for both you and the client to see that and help them with that. Yeah. As people grow, obviously their life stages change. If you have little kids that are going to grow up, you might want to send them to college, things like that. How do you help create kind of a fluid plan that covers life changes and goal changes, things like that?
Absolutely. So it's all through that conversation that we have with that client. And that's an ongoing thing. So we don't just have that initial conversation. Okay, this is how we're going to invest your money. See you next year. A lot of times we're constantly working with that client's attorney, with their accountant, with them individually, as far as what they're trying to accomplish. We're asking them questions, and we tell them, look, if you have a financial question, we want to be your first phone call. I don't care what it is. I don't care if you're buying a car. Call us first. And we don't have all the answers, but we have access to the people that do. So we rely on our other team members here at ENB to help us with other situations for our clients too, because we don't do everything for them.
Right.
So through that, we're able to help them and guide them through the process and get them to where they need to be.
Okay, that's great. And you've been doing this for quite a while. You have lots of experience with it and obviously enjoy it. So what really motivates you the most about having these conversations?
The biggest thing is really helping people, and in doing that, when you have these conversations and you're educating them, because we're all teachers, everybody in this business is a teacher in one way or another. So when you see that light bulb go off and you realize they get it, I just gave them a piece of information where they really understand how we're trying to help them and what we can do for them, and they say, okay, I get it. What's the next steps? How do we get to what you're telling us? And when we get there and they really see the results, and they buy that first house, or they send that kid to college, and then they come back to you and they say, we wouldn't have been able to do this without your help. You can't put a value on that. You just can't. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world. And even the little things, you help somebody buy a car, and they're just like, I understand this, but you put it into terms that I get, and we can't thank you enough. It's even those little things where you help someone succeed, or really accomplish a dream. You know, they can go on a trip that they always dreamed of and they never thought they could. I can't. You know, the feeling that we get about helping somebody do that. That's why we do this job.
Yeah, it really seems like at the end of the day, what we emphasize is relationships and putting that first beyond everything else. So I love that that's what motivates our team and really is at the center of everything we do.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being here, Don. We appreciate taking the time to talk about your tips and really learn more about what it is that you and our Wealth Solutions team do.
It's my pleasure.
For more information, you can visit epnb.com and learn all about our Wealth Solutions team. We have our product offerings on there, and you can also reach out to get your journey started with your specific needs at your specific life stage. Thanks so much for watching.